Hey guys, what is up? Thank you so much for being here for my Riverdale mid-season finale live chat. So for those of you who follow me on Twitter, or maybe you were watching what I was tweeting last night, I did watch the finale live because I do try to watch Riverdale live as often as possible, and I was excited because I thought, and I was correct, that the Black Hood would be revealed last night, but that's kind of where the excitement ended for me. So if you're in the room, go ahead and say hello, and I will give you a shout out. Hi, Charles. Hi, Jake. Thank you so much for being here. Hi, Henry. And I talked to several of you guys on Twitter last night, and that is what led me to the title of this chat, which is, was the Black Hood reveal real? Because even though I took it as being real and was very upset last night and tweeted a lot of ranting tweets about it, a lot of you guys tweeted me or DM me saying you don't believe it's real. And I will give you my thoughts about that, but I still want to hear your guys' thoughts about that as well. Hi, Jonathan. Hi, Crystal. Hi, Alexis. And hi, Amra. So I see that Jake is saying you're so mad it's not even funny. Jake says it better not be real. You're really praying that the janitor was a red herring. Crystal says no way that the reveal was real. And Vanessa says even though the reveal wasn't good, you still have some hope for the show. I think Amra, is it Amra or Amra? I hope I'm saying your name right. Says you don't think it was real. Hi, Ingrid. Thank you for being here. Charles says you like the episode overall, but disappointed with the reveal. So, I mean, the weird thing to me is, like, near the end of the episode, they said, basically, I think it was Jughead saying that this was another mystery under wraps or another mystery that has been, you know, completed, figured out, whatever. Can't remember the exact words that he used. And it's weird because I've had a lot of you guys guess, and a lot of you have commented throughout this half season about who you thought the Black Hood was, and a lot of people thought it was like Tall Boy. I saw someone just say that right now, Calvin. I thought it was the sheriff, even though I wasn't like totally convinced, but I was like, that's better than a lot of other people. So a lot of people thought it was the sheriff or Betty's dad or Betty's brother, who we still haven't met yet within the show. So I don't think maybe no one guessed. I'm so sorry. That is my new doggie, and she barks a lot. I'm hoping she'll stop because it's very loud. Anyway, Willow, can we not? Come over here. Okay. Anyway, I don't think anyone guessed the janitor. I do remember someone guessing it when the janitor was first mentioned or brought into the story. And what's really bad about this is if they're serious and if that is their answer for the Black Hood, I really don't get it, first of all. I also don't get why he cut off his own finger unless he was just trying to be dramatic and to be like to pretend that he had him captive, but it was really himself. Anyway, yeah, I'm so sorry. If anyone's in here who hasn't seen the finale, that is going to suck for you, but definitely, I think you knew what you were getting into by coming in here, but I am sorry if you are spoiled, but at the same time, it's like, this is totally a finale chat, so I feel like I have to talk about what happened in regards to the reveal. Hi, Ina, thank you so much for being here. Laura says it was just a red herring. There's no way he's really the Black Hood. He was probably being blackmailed. The weird thing is, to me, I've said the weird thing like 16 times now, haven't I? I've just got so many thoughts about this. When we were seeing, I feel like we saw his face in the mask and everything on the bridge there before he was revealed. And to me, it totally looked like the same person they've been using through the entire show. So that's what confuses me. If they didn't want us to believe, or if the janitor's not really Black Hood, then why did they show the same guy with the same eyes as they've been showing all half season? It's like they should have shown someone that looks slightly different or whatever. So that's something else that kind of makes me think that is the Black Hood. And another thing is that a lot of you guys have kind of been talking about Pretty Little Liars in regards to this episode or regards to this show, and I even talked about that last night. But the difference here is that with Pretty Little Liars, like, A was the theme of the entire show, like who is A or who are the different A's or whatever. This show is not who is the Black Hood. It's not a show about who's the Black Hood. It's not the underlying message. So there really isn't a need for them to keep bringing this Black Hood in every single season. That is not the villain from the beginning of the show. It's not going to be the villain at the end of the show. So that's the other issue I have with this. It's different when we have Pretty Little Liars, when we know that A was our villain from day one and was going to be around till the very, very end. This show has never talked about Black Hood last season, and I think it's just one of those little sub-mysteries like when we had Who Killed Jason last season. They don't really spend any time about who killed Jason. They don't try to make us think maybe it wasn't really his dad. They don't try to go back to that storyline. It may be sort of mentioned, but it's not really an issue, I feel like, anymore. And I kind of feel like even though we're wrapping this up halfway through season 2, that we will move on. Now, I don't agree with any of that. Crystal says if the janitor is Black Hood, you're convinced that Marlene King is writing the show. For those of you who don't know, she wrote Pretty Little Liars. I think a lot of people in here have seen Pretty Little Liars. If I missed your comment, please comment again because I just have a lot of thoughts and I'm just talking a ton. So I'm not trying to miss anyone's comment. Freya is asking, who did I want the Black Hood to be? I feel like there really wasn't an amazing choice or someone that totally fit. But for me, the only person who made sense with the people we were given was the sheriff. But then when they spent that entire episode talking about how he had to be the Black Hood and how it was definitely him, I was like, if it's him, it would be stupid. But honestly, I would rather them go with him and kind of make themselves look dumb by having that whole episode saying it was him and then be like, oh, it actually was him. I don't know if that makes sense, but you know, another issue with the janitor being the Black Hood is that he was introduced so late into this season, maybe just a couple of weeks ago, right? So you're gonna have someone who you've spent so much time on this half season be someone we just literally met? Okay, and what about when he told Betty that she'd seen him before, she would recognize him? I guess she would recognize him from school. There we go. That makes sense. But it's like, literally, no. No, no, no. She totally didn't know the guy until, like, okay. I'm going to go back to the comments now. Abby says it could be possible that the janitor could be working with the Black Hood and the janitor being the Black Hood doesn't make sense since the Black Hood is connected to Betty. And I totally get that. And it doesn't make sense. And for all of you who think they're going to go back to that storyline in the second half of the season and reveal someone else, like, I hope they do. Like, I really hope they do, because if not, this show looked very stupid. Like, this show, that was so stupid. That was so bad. Like, I don't even know what to say if that was really how they're ending that. But I just feel like it is. I really feel like they're not going to come back to it, or they're not, if they do, they're not going to spend like a ton of time on it. They're not going to reveal someone else. And that bothers me, but like, I want you to know that I'm not cool with that. I'm not cool with it if they never reveal someone else, but I feel like they won't, because again, I feel like this is not a show about who is the serial killer in Riverdale. That's just not the theme of this entire show. And they've said before that they're going to have little mysteries throughout, you know, every season. So I feel like when we come back, we're going to get something new to focus on, like some new type of mystery or drama or scandal or whatever. Abby says there are just so many loose ends. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, they tried to rationalize and tried to say, like, these are the reasons why the janitor was the Black Hood. I feel like they tried to talk about that. Willow, can we not? I feel like they tried to talk about that last night, and it just didn't make any sense. And I honestly feel like pretty much anybody that anyone ever guessed in the comments of my videos or on Twitter or probably anywhere online dealing with the show would be better than the janitor. Literally, probably anyone. Emily says the serpent storyline is much more interesting than the Black Hood storyline. Yeah, really, I mean, I was really into the Black Hood storyline because I love those types of shows where you're trying to figure out who the killer is, and I like serial killer stuff. So I felt like that was a good direction to go in, but now I feel like it was dumb. Like, if that's the end of it, I feel like that was really the worst place they could go if they can't come up with someone better. And it really feels like to me that they threw it all together and didn't really know who the Black Hood was going to be, but just kind of decided in the last few weeks. Probably didn't do that, but that's just what it felt like. It just felt like rushed and crazy. But I see a lot of people saying in the comments you think that there will be more with the Black Hood and it's not over. And again, I hope you're right, because it just, like, you guys, I don't know. I don't know if there's anyone happy with it. Is there anyone here that thinks that it made sense or you're cool with how it ended, like, I'm not mad if you are. I'm just curious because I haven't seen that from anybody, but then again, I have been, you know, really negative about the finale, so maybe people are afraid to say if they loved it or loved the reveal. And for me, like, I didn't have a problem really with the rest of the episode. I've seen a lot of people say, you know, I like the episode, I don't like the reveal. And I didn't have an issue with the episode, but with them doing this reveal, I can't even think about the rest of the episode. Like, I feel like the reveal was so wrong that I can't even tell you what happened the rest of the episode. Like, it doesn't even matter to me what happened in the episode because they went there with that. Like, to me, this half season's been slow until we started really getting into the Black Hood stuff, which I thought was really good. And honestly, I would rather it have been slow in every episode and not much happen than to build all this up and then go to this place with it. Okay. I also have gotten a lot of tweets from people saying they are done with watching the show, and also people asking me, will I continue watching it for the second half of season 2? I will finish out this season. I am kind of wondering where they're going with this. If the second half of the season sucks, in my opinion, and they don't try to resolve this mess with the Black Hood, I'm not sure I'll be back for a season 3, but I'm also not sure the show will be back for a season 3 if the second half of the season is terrible and they never get back to Black Hood and that's the way they want to end that. I don't know. I do like the actors and actresses involved in the show. I think they're really talented, and I think I mean, I know some people, I get mixed reactions about, like, the romance part of the show and the ships and everything, but I like that. Actually, I kind of like that part of the show, but I know some people hate that. But for me, that's okay, so I would, you know, I kind of would watch for that, but at the same time, I don't know how much more silliness I can take. Like, I feel like it's almost insulting in the intelligence of the viewers to think that that makes any sense. Like, I'm pretty sure all of us could write something better or could have come up with a better person to reveal than this. So I just don't, I definitely feel like I'm in a Pretty Little Liars chat again where none of this makes sense. I can't make sense of it. I don't understand where the writers are coming from, and you guys kind of feel the same way. Okay, I'm going to get back to some comments if you can hear me, but my dog does not want to be ignored, and so she's just barking at her toys. Hold on 1 second. Here, play with this one. Play with this one. Play with that one. Okay, so I've thrown some toys her way, so maybe she'll get to that. Another thing that happened last night that was not dealing with the Black Hood was Archie and Betty kissing and kind of getting together, even though that was kind of like hinted at last week. And I don't know how you guys feel about that, but from the beginning of the show, I like the idea of them together, and I think I've always told you guys I feel like they will be together, like, when it all ends, which could be next winter, you know, in a few months, I don't know. But I feel like if it has an actual resolution, like if the whole show comes to a close, they'll get married or something, or it'll fast forward and they'll get married. I don't even know what happens in the comics. Maybe that happens in the comics. I don't know. But there were a lot of people also tweeting me last night saying that they did not like the fact that they're kind of getting together. But there's just something off with, I think, with the Veronica. I really do like Betty and Jughead together, but I feel like the Veronica-Archie relationship is just kind of, something's not right. It's like almost kind of forced or something. Sherry says you don't think Veronica is sincere about loving Archie. I don't either, right? I totally don't. There's something missing there. I mean, I think they have chemistry and stuff, but at the same time, there's something just not right with those two. Okay, there are so many comments. I'm so sorry. You can just keep commenting again. I really want to focus on your comments right now. Connie says Veronica's face, though, when Archie gave that book to Betty. Awkward. Yeah, definitely. I definitely felt like Veronica was jealous last night, and I think that's okay. Calvin says, is it just me? Do you feel like this episode was a bit jumpy from Penny to Betty keeping the mask? Yeah, I feel like maybe the last week's episode was kind of all over the place too. But I was okay, and I was putting up with it because I was like, well, I felt like they were going to have a decent reveal for the Black Hood. And then they didn't. So Lucas says you wish Hermione had more screen time. I've actually had so many people comment that they hate Veronica's family and hate that storyline. I I don't really like Hermione, to be honest. I think her and her husband are really shady people, but probably more so her than him. So, I don't know. Crystal says you read an article about Lily Reinhart, who plays Betty, where she said she doesn't believe the Black Hood storyline is over. Well, that's cool. Is there any place that I can find that online so I could tweet that out? That's really cool. Jake wishes Cheryl had more screen time. Yeah, I do enjoy Cheryl. She kind of, what was it, a couple weeks ago when she was like stalking Josie? That was kind of a crazy episode. So she kind of had a lot of screen time in that episode, but not so much this time. But if you think about it, like last year, was kind of like a big focus since it was her brother's murder that we were trying to solve. Vanessa says the Archie and Veronica relationship feels forced somehow and toxic. Yeah, I just feel like it's all wrong. I don't think it would ever work, honestly. And Connie says you're intrigued to see where Veronica's character goes now that she's more involved with the Lodge's dodgy dealings. I feel like she will just become as corrupt as they are. Like, I definitely see her going down the path of her mom and dad and just being ruthless and corrupt and terrible. Lucas says, how did Nana Blossom escape the burning house in a wheelchair and everyone had left Thornhill? Yeah, I think that just file that under stuff that makes zero sense and is not logical in this show, unless you guys know something that I don't know. Sherry says, do I think FP is Betty's brother's father? Yeah, I do. I think he's somebody's dad. Like, I think he's one of her kids' dads. One of either Betty's dad or the sibling's dad. I definitely think so. Like, absolutely 100%. I don't know when they'll get into that or when they'll reveal that, but yeah. I was really thinking that the Black Hood was Betty's biological dad, but that just made too much sense. Because I don't think the janitor is her dad. I really don't understand it at all. Why was he so obsessed with her? I don't get it. I really, really don't. I don't. Nishan says you were disappointed in the reveal because you wanted it to be someone we cared about instead of some irrelevant janitor that we barely cared about. Yes, absolutely. Kiki thinks Jughead is Black Hood. You know, I'm all about the main characters being the villains or whatever, but this show, they're just going with like really easy targets. I don't know. Ralph, hi, thank you so much for being here. Solomon says this season created and dropped too many plot points. Kevin in the woods. Yeah, right? What happened with that? The red circle. That's right. We've dropped that. The Pussycats breaking up. Yep. And Chuck returning. Right? That's actually so great. That's a great comment. So true. Laura says, did we find out what happened with Cheryl's mom? You remember Cheryl threatening her in the hospital about what happened the night after her dad died? I don't know. I mean, I was kind of under the impression that it was Cheryl's fault for burning the house down, but maybe I was wrong. That was just so weird. And she was, like, severely injured and, like, burned, and now her face looks okay. So I don't get that either. Wig says, imagine if Skeet quit Riverdale for Scream Season 3. Well, only in my dreams would we have, like, the people from the Scream movie be in this third season. I don't think that's happening. Or maybe a season in the future, but yeah. Charmed Original says the Black Hood still lives. The preacher who Lewis Blossom Cooper, the Candyman, and the 4 other men buried alive survived after digging himself out of the grave and he began killing again. So you think there's another Black Hood and that wasn't the Black Hood last night? I mean, I don't know. We can only hope so. Yeah, Luca has a good question. Who was the dude? I mean, I feel like I kind of recognized him, but at the same time I was like, wait, who? Who was the guy on Miss Blossom's couch? Who was that? Like, I was like, he looks familiar, but Cheryl looked really shocked to see him, but I was so shocked about the reveal, I couldn't even process anything else. I was just like, I just couldn't. I don't know. Wait, I didn't see a promo for episode 10. Was that on, like, right after the episode, or was that just online? So apparently Betty's brother will make an appearance when this returns, which I knew he was coming sometime because they kept talking about him. On social media. So Ralph says the janitor is shorter than Archie, the Black Hood is tall and in shape, and the green eyes. So Ralph, do you think that this was a red herring or a trick or whatever? Do you think that was not really the Black Hood? Interesting. You know, kind of wondering what you're thinking about that. Thank you, Crystal. I appreciate it. Hi, Mike. Thank you for being here. Jake says, why didn't the Black Hood go after Sheriff Keller? Yeah, he was a sinner. Right, exactly. None of this makes sense because he was having an affair with the mayor or is having an affair. But something else I was wondering, did Betty or Archie call the sheriff or call the police? Or, like, how did he just happen to be there, like, right at the most important time? Like, how is that possible? And I knew when, like, a gun was fired, I knew it wasn't Archie doing it. Like, I just had this feeling it wasn't him. And then I know some people think that the sheriff was there because he is the Black Hood. I mean, I'm down with that. Mike is saying it could be the sheriff because he set it up to shoot him at the end. I mean, okay, so they called the police. So it makes more sense. So, okay, but still. Ralph says, you still think it's Keller? He shot the unarmed janitor in the back? I mean, I hope. That's all I'll say. I hope. I'm feeling better today because I was very fired up last night after watching the episode. I was like, no, this is the dumbest thing ever. And then I have like a tiny bit of hope that that wasn't the real reveal. So I will say, like, if it's not mentioned or like if it doesn't feel like it's going there when we come back, like in January, I think it comes back in January, like I'm going to get concerned. Like if they don't talk about the Black Hood or they don't seem to be focusing on it at all. I mean, I guess they could wait till the end of the season, but I definitely don't think it'll carry over to like a third season. So I think, I don't know. I'll wait. I will wait and not be super mad. I will wait to see what happens in the second half of the season. But honestly, if they don't resolve it, then it's never happening is how I feel. Thank you, Firkin. I appreciate it. Wait, okay, I don't know. I don't remember what happened with Penny. Like, I'm so, like, whatever. I don't even know. Like, I blocked out Calvin, tell me what you think, and maybe it'll, like, jog my memory. Mike says it will be fine if it's a sheriff or Hal Cooper, or what about if it's Archie's mom? I mean, well, we've seen obviously a guy walking around doing the killings and doing the crap, so unless he was working for someone, as some people thought, I don't know. Sorry, I'm watching my dog do bad things to stuffed animals. Pulling all the stuffing out of her toys because she's been doing a lot of crazy things lately. She's eaten 2 pairs of my shoes now that have had to be thrown away. That's what puppies do. Solomon says this lackluster mid-season finale makes you even more excited for the Sabrina spinoff on Netflix. So for those of you who didn't know, and I think a lot of people do know, the Sabrina show will be on Netflix, and I don't know how connected or how much it will mention Riverdale and the characters in Riverdale. And I mean, I know they're connected in the comic book world, so I don't know how close it will be to that, considering it's on a different channel and everything, if you could even call it a channel. But I will definitely check it out. Now, the way that I don't know if it's going to have any kind of mystery. I think it might. But with Netflix, it's kind of harder to do shows on there and then talk about them on here. Because some people watch, like, the entire season, like, day one. And I don't usually have time to do that. And then when I've done any type of show that people have already seen, I always get comments like, by the way, Sabrina kills 42 people in episode 3. And I'm like, what? I just saw episode 1. So the spoiler stuff is just crazy. So I will hopefully watch the whole season and then do like a wrap-up video. This is why we need Watch Riff to come back, because it was so cool because I could watch the show with people and there were just no one would like watch a whole episode just to spoil over there. It was kind of cool. Oh, Penny. Now I know what you're talking about. God, that was weird. Like, Jughead is kind of getting ruthless, Thank you, Ralph. I'm like, I could not remember what her name was, and I was like, who the crap is Penny? Yeah, that was crazy. It was crazy. I agree. Oh my God. Nishan says, why would he cut his finger off, and if he wasn't the killer, why wouldn't he run away? I don't know. And like, if he wasn't the killer, when he got unmasked, why wouldn't he be like, oh my God, like I was told to wear this, don't shoot me, or maybe it just happened so fast. I don't know. Yes, Penny. I know who Penny is now. Thank you. I don't know why, like, her name, I was like, who the heck is that? Charm thinks Mr. Svensson was never the Black Hood, and for some reason he pretended he was because he was blackmailed. I mean, I could definitely get behind that. I definitely could. But there's still things that don't add up with that. I don't know. But I will just reserve all my judgment. I was thinking last night I should rip someone's face up, but I really don't even know much about the people behind the show. Like I used to do Marlene. I was like, yeah, I just don't think it'll have the same effect, but I'm just going to wait. So now Willow's trying to get on TV. Hi, Willow. So Riff shut down. I think they said they just didn't have the funds to keep going, so they had to shut down. That was kind of the press release or whatever that they released, which is really sad. I'm getting violent. Yeah, I know. For some reason, like, when I'm saying rip someone's face up, I mean, like, printing off their face from the computer and ripping that up. But, You know, when I did that before with Marlene, some people got really angry and basically thought it was the same as if I attacked her in real life, which, come on, people, it's a joke. I mean, at the end of the day, it's all a joke. It's a, fictional show. I do that just to be funny. So, before anyone takes these comments and they're like, oh my God, she wants to attack people. No, come on, guys. Solomon's wondering if Marlene was a consultant writer for this season. I think that now, I mean, I know she has her new show coming out, The Perfectionist, but probably since, she's got some downtime right now, they got her advice about, who should they have as a villain, and she was like, oh my God, I will take care of that part. I think that's the only part she wrote, like who the villain was and the reveal and everything, because Black Hood is a lot like Black Hoodie, right? I don't know. I don't even want to think about it. I mean, I'm kind of joking about them being related, but at the same time, I'm kind of not. Nishan says I should watch The Gifted. Is that on Netflix? Oh, so another question a lot of people had, and then I ended up getting sick and haven't been able to check it out because I'm still sick, but I'm doing a lot better. Is this rabbit thing, which I think is like Riff. I've still never even checked it out. And I actually did read some message boards, and they said people were saying that Rabbit was the only thing like Riff that still existed because something similar to Riff also shut down recently. And then people were like, I think Rabbit's going to shut down soon, so I don't know. I feel like if I start getting on there, it will, because a lot of the shows that I love, that are in their first season, and I tell you guys to watch, and then everyone starts watching, and then it gets canceled. I feel like I'm bad luck for some of this stuff. But I still plan on doing that. That's something that I should probably do now that Riverdale ended for now, and there's really no shows, until January. But also to update you on that, I do still plan on doing a video about the first season of Slasher, just an actual sit-down video, a video about the second season of Slasher, and I haven't forgotten about the Nice Celebrities video. It's been crazy busy, and you know how it is this time of year for most people, but I definitely plan on doing that while we have this downtime. Hi, Lucy. Thank you so much for being here. William says you totally ship Veronica and Reggie. Lucas says, do I think season 1 was better than season 2? Yeah, I didn't really like the finale and how they ended everything with season 1, but now after this reveal, if this is for real, the reveal, I think season 1 was way better. I don't know. I like season 1. I mean, for a while I liked it a lot, and then I kind of lost some interest near the end. So then when I started seeing the promos about this season, I think it was this summer when I was seeing the promos about this season, I was really excited because I knew they were going to go darker and everything, so I was super excited, and then I was bored with it for a while, and then with the Black Hood storyline, I was like, this is getting really, really good, and now this, so anyway. Calvin's talking about a show called Dynasty. Are you talking about the CW Dynasty or Dynasty from a billion years ago? I know Dynasty is a remake of a Dynasty from the 80s maybe. No, I never finished Stranger Things, and that's definitely something that I want to do and go back to after finishing all of Slasher. I've honestly been watching documentaries on HBO, and probably no one cares about those, but I actually do like documentaries. I've been watching one, I watched one about meth and one about people addicted to opioids, and what was the other one? Oh, about a terror attack at a mall in Kenya. I don't know, I just get lost in the documentary section and click on stuff that looks good, and then there goes an hour or 2 hours or whatever. But if you like documentaries, I think that there are better ones there than Netflix, really, on HBO Go. And I finally watched the second 50 Shades of Grey. What was it called? 50 Shades Darker? Because I actually like that. I like that franchise, and I know the next one's coming out next year. I had just never gotten around to seeing the second one. And I have heard the Dynasty on CW is really good, Patrick is saying. Who was the hooded man? It was the janitor that we met a couple of weeks ago. What is Wormwood about? I don't know anything about that. And Solomon is recommending The Runaways on Hulu. I actually don't have Hulu. Maybe I should get that. I feel sometimes overwhelmed by all the different subscription services because I used to have Amazon Prime, and then I don't have it anymore, but I should probably get that again. But then there's Hulu, and then I get stuck on HBO Go sometimes, and then I get stuck on Netflix. I feel like when I start watching something on one of those services, I get completely stuck, and every night I'm going to that, and I do nothing. Now I've been so obsessed with HBO Go, I haven't been watching my YouTube subscriptions like I used to, because I'm so caught up with I just get obsessed with different things, and I get stuck on that for a while. Connie's asking if there are any good shows coming up. Well, the 3rd season of, or is it the 4th season of Black Mirror? I think it's the 4th season. Should be released soon. I don't think they've ever said exactly when. Rimiki is in calculus. I think this is way more fun than calculus, but I'm not a math person. It's my dog, but there is a cat making a noise too, because I think my dog has my cat cornered, which is cool, but I can't really deal with the situation because I'm talking to you guys. Adam wants Tony to fight Betty. Actually, I love that. That's so cool. So anyway, Black Mirror, I'm so excited for, because I love Black Mirror. But I'm not sure if they've said exactly when that's coming out. What else is coming back? Well, How to Get Away with Murder is coming back. I don't know if you guys watch that. I know some of you do. I feel like there's something else coming out that I'm really excited with. They're coming back. And of course, MTV Scream is coming back in March. I don't really know how that's going to go because they're airing it like very close together instead of weekly. Yes, Ralph says I'm watching the meth documentaries to learn how to sell Jingle Jangle. But on the I am, because I'm like, that would be really profitable for me to just make Jingle Jangle in real life. Kind of be like the guy from Breaking Bad. Just have the best Jingle Jangle out there, and then everyone will want it from me. And then I probably won't be online anymore because I'll be like so rich with Jingle Jangle that I'll just, if I disappear, you know what's going on. I'm just joking. Sometimes I know this is going to get like one of those massive flags on it, like talking about things that we can't have advertisers for. Absolutely. Westworld, that's probably what I was thinking about. Westworld is coming back, and they keep saying 2018, and I have not heard a date on that. I actually saw a promo for that like this week, and they said 2018. I don't think they... Oh my goodness. If you could see the mess that my dog made, it's so embarrassing. I would show you. Look, it looks like a tornado just came through here and with toys and stuffing. You're not supposed to be doing that. Crazy. Vanessa thinks Westworld's coming back in spring. Mike says he would have been more happy if Clifford's twin was Black Hood. I know, right? I'm totally not down with twins because that's just such a cop-out and definitely makes me think of Pretty Little Liars. But it would have made more sense than a random janitor. So again, let's hope this was a fake reveal. And yes, Luca, the still happens to me, being demonetized every video I do. I have no idea why. I did a hotel room tour, and every video I put up, within 24 hours, it's demonetized, and then I have to file the thing, and then I have to wait 2 or 3 days. I don't know if this happens to, like, everyone else. It's just become, like, that's just life for me here on YouTube. I don't understand. It literally happens all the time. But in these live chats, whenever I talk about stuff like Jingle Jangle, they, like, as soon as we're done, I'm immediately demonetized. So I feel like that has something to do with it. I could be wrong. But, like, with all my videos, when they go up, they're fine. And then with every, like, 24 hours later, it's demonetized. And then I have to file the thing for them to review it. And then they always come back. But it's just like, seriously, this can't be happening to everyone still. Maybe it is, because it's like, how do you get... I mean, I love doing that's why I'm still here, but I don't know how the people who are doing, like, Vlogmas and stuff, like, if they have to deal with this process for every video they put up, like, how frustrating would that be? Because, I mean, seriously, it doesn't matter what I talk about. I could just get on here and talk about YouTube and how it's amazing, and I love YouTube, and it would be demonetized. Like, so, for me, I just feel like that's the way it is, and I don't know if that's ever going to change. Crystal, I used to watch Homeland, and I loved it so much. And then something happened with one of the characters I'm not going to say because I don't want to spoil it for anyone. And after that happened to a character who I really liked, I was so upset that I couldn't watch it anymore. And I do have some friends who kept watching it after this thing happened. I'm so sorry about the barking. And they said it still is good. I just totally got so upset I couldn't watch it anymore. Mike says, I like Riverdale or Scream reveals more. I really like the first 2 seasons of Scream, so I would definitely go with that. But I don't know what this 3rd season is going to be like. Thank you, Maria. And hi, Jay. Thank you for being here. Whew, I tell you, if it's not like me losing my voice, the other thing is the dogs barking. Right, an 11-second video called YouTube where I say, like, I love YouTube. I just say I love YouTube 400 times. Yes, demonetized. So I don't know. 13 Reasons Why, Season 2. Yes, Jake. Very excited. I love Season 1. I'm hoping it'll be good. I have some mixed feelings about that because I could also see I feel like kind of like this, I mean, I feel like the story's over, yet I do feel like there were cliffhangers, so I want to have those resolved, but it'll be interesting to see how they handle it, because as you know, it wasn't supposed to have a second season, so I don't know. Nathan says you don't think he's the real Black Hood, you don't think he cut off his own finger, Archie didn't think it was him by looking at his eyes, and he kind of looked a little different in general. Well, again, all I can say is that I'm very much hoping. Mindhunter, no, I think some people have told me to watch that, though. Bye, Luca. Thanks for being here. Yeah, I love animals, but my gosh, you have 8 animals? Yeah. I mean, the funny thing is usually, the dogs don't bark until I get on here for some reason. Probably because I'm not, I can't pay much attention to them, or I can't, they just do crazy things when they think you're ignoring them. I'm not trying to, but but anyway, just a heads up about what's going to happen here the rest of the year. I mentioned it earlier, but I will talk about that. You were an extra for Mindhunter, Nathan? That's really awesome. So I'm planning on doing a full video on season 1 of Slasher, and also a full video in season 2 of Slasher, and then a video on celebrities that were nice that I met, which I think will be fun, because I've met a lot of nice ones. And then I've had several people ask me if I can just do a chat once a week talking about everything. So I will definitely do that. We can do that next week, and just watch Twitter, probably later in the week. Watch my Twitter feed, and I will let you guys know when that chat's going to be. Plus, I will always set it up on here where it sends you an alert. If YouTube's working, you should get an alert about it. But anyway, I, again, was not happy with this reveal. I'm hoping that it was a fake reveal, which doesn't really make a lot of sense, but whatever. I have had fun talking to you guys about this. And again, I will be watching the second half of this season, and I'm hoping that they will resolve this in a better way. But who knows? But I'm going to let you guys go for now. Thank you so much for being here. This was really, really fun. I'm hoping it gets better, but if it doesn't, there's still a lot of other shows that I watch that are coming back once the new year gets here. I'm definitely not going to wait, even though I won't have any current shows on until the end of the year, probably until January. So don't disappear. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I really wanted to get to 10,000 before the end of the year, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen now. But it would be cool. Every subscriber is great to have, even if I don't get there. So thank you guys so much. But I hope you guys have a really good weekend, and thanks for watching this show with me and coming to this chat. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, guys.